Let's take a look at some of Photoshop's automatic color correction controls. Firstly, this image is interesting enough, but slightly flat. If I go to the image menu and choose Auto Color, it does a quick color correction, reaching up this suit of these gloves and a color of her pants. I will hit on Command Z or Control Z to undo and redo again just to see where I have come. This image has a blue cast, and blue often makes us think of cold, which this image is cold when we think of that. But I want a brighter, happier, more balanced image, so that automatic correction of image, Auto Color, pop that into more beautiful image in my opinion. I can also try Auto Contrast, which helps the detailing the trees slightly, and many people ask me what auto tone is and why it's different than auto color. Tone is the light or dark of a color. You can have red, they can be a light red or dark red, so auto tone will correct that specific shade, making it more appropriately light or dark in that color. Color is actually the hue or the real value, so if I try auto tone, I get yet again in a slightly different change. Now let's appreciate where we have come with all three. If I go to the History panel and stretch it, I can click on the word Scare and see the original. Click on the last thing I did, Auto Tone, and see that this image looks far better. Let's try another one. I got a shot of the tower in Graz, Austria, and I will choose View Screen so I could see it better. It was a dark bit of a cold day, but you could see that there is a blue sky in the background, so I really just want better color in this image. So you can appreciate the more of yellow, beautiful tone that this tower structure had. So I will try Image, Auto Color, and boom! It's like the sun came out and shone directly on this clock tower. Now I can try Image Auto Contrast, which, written up, you could really see the difference there. If I hit Command Z or Control Z, reaching up all the shadows in the rooms and building with the blackest parts of the image. And then finally Image Auto Tone again. If I do it, undo, and I redo, just gave me more of that true yellow that this tower is in. So now I can click on Open to see the original, click on Auto Tone to see the last step. Just so easy to get you to a starting point before you even begin your serious work in Photoshop. We will try two last images, this penguin, and I will hit Command 0 or Control 0. Again, this is actually taken at night, so it looks very dark. Image, Auto Color, just much more beautiful. Now, and this one, if I try Image Auto Contrast, I don't see really any difference there, and in this case, under Image Auto Tone, I don't like how it gives it a greenish grayish look, so I am going to undo that and simply leave it on the Auto Color. I loved what that did to it. Here is before, here is after, a much better shot. Finally, we have a tricky image. I will hit Command 0 or Control 0 to fit this on screen, and this gentleman will use Photographed under a trellis that was calling with ivy, so the light's coming through in green because it's picking up the green with the ivy. We will try a quick auto color, and boom, most of that green is wiped out. It still exists in some of the shadow details, and again, I will try Auto Tone, but I don't think that that helps, so I will undo it. My favorite is really Auto Contrast, and always test Auto Contrast to see how it can do, but you will get very different results depending on the original image you started with. Hitting Undo and Redo on Auto Contrast, that slightly boosts the shadows, so I do like it. Since this is a tricky image, I am going to try a special effect using the Adjustments panel that was added a few versions ago. I can pause over each icon to see what they do, and as I look at this, I am going to try a photo filter. I will click once on the photo filter, and they have a variety that you can play with. In this case, I want to add a little blue to combat the green, so the feeling of cool is given by the color blue. If I try one of the cooling filters, it combats that green with the blue, and I can click the eye icon to turn it off and on, and in my opinion, that's a far better image. There are other ways to mask out these dark greens, but I appreciate where I came from and where I am now. Here is where you started, like a green lens that was on the shot. Here is where I am. I am much more beautiful, more color-balanced image overall. So, give these automatic color correction a try and feel free to experiment on the photo filter. If I wanted to edit that effect, I can double-click on the camera icon here in the Layers panel, and I could try different cooling filters to see if I like how it affects the skin tone, or I can try it overall blue filter on the image. You can experiment with others just to see what they are capable of. I am going to alternately either go back to the blue or one of the cooling filters. I hope you enjoyed and got a lot out of these automatic corrections. Photoshop offers to give you a great starting image.